So let's break down the key stages of a business development plan. We're going to conduct a situation analysis and define your goals and objectives.
8. Set KPIs and performance metrics. For details, watch the following video on Implement the Plan to go into detail of the KPIs.
So you've got this brilliant business idea, right? But how do you actually make it happen? Well, you're not alone in asking that. Today, we're going to break down the one tool that can truly make all the difference, a winning business plan. Let's get into it.
Does this feel familiar? You have this amazing concept buzzing around in your mind. It feels so clear, but the second you try to put it on paper, it all just falls apart. It's a super frustrating feeling, and honestly, it's why so many incredible ideas never even get started. And that's exactly where the business plan comes in. And look, it's not some boring document you only write for investors. Think of it as your roadmap, your personal blueprint. It is the bridge that's going to take your idea from just a thought to an actual thriving business. Okay, so how do we build that bridge? Well, you've got to start with a solid foundation. You wouldn't build a house on shaky ground, right? And you definitely can't build a successful business on wishful thinking. So it's time to get real about where you're starting from. This whole process really breaks down into 4 parts. First, you've got to take a good hard look in the mirror. What skills are you bringing to the table? What about capital? And you have to be honest about your weaknesses. Next, you need to scan the horizon. You know, what's happening out there? Are there market trends you can jump on? Any competitors you need to watch? Then you put those competitors under a microscope. What are they doing right? And maybe more importantly, where are they failing? Finally, you pull all of that together with what's called a SWOT analysis. That's your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It's a super simple tool that helps you see everything clearly.
Now, this whole exercise isn't about crushing your dreams. Not at all. It's about grounding them in reality. By the end of this, you'll have a clear, totally unbiased picture of the landscape you're about to enter. And that's when you can start making some really smart strategic moves.
Okay, let's talk about a classic mistake I see all the time. You've probably heard someone say it, maybe you've even thought it. My product is for everyone. I get it, it sounds great, but trust me, it's a recipe for failure. Just think about it. If you're trying to appeal to absolutely everyone, you end up appealing to no one.
So, how do you find your perfect customer? Well, you have to become a bit of a detective. It's all about asking the right questions. Who are they really? Where do they hang out? What problems keep them up at night? The more you know about your target audience, the easier it's going to be to create something they actually want and a message that truly connects with them.
All right, so you've laid the groundwork, you know your reality, and you know exactly who you're talking to. Now it's time to actually drop the plans for this thing. In this next part, we're going to define what your goals are and craft a value proposition that really makes people pay attention. So I want you to really think about this. What does success actually look like for you? Is it hitting a certain revenue number? Is it getting a specific number of customers? Maybe it's just the freedom to work from anywhere. There's no wrong answer here, but you absolutely need to have a clear destination in mind. Otherwise, you're just driving around aimlessly. Just take a look at these 2 goals here. The first one, I want to grow my business, is, well, it's kind of fuzzy, right? It's a nice thought, but the second one, increase monthly revenue by 30% within 12 months, now that is a sharp, specific target. Which one do you think you're more likely to actually hit? Strong goals give you clarity, they give you focus, and frankly, a healthy sense of urgency.
Okay, next up, your value proposition. In plain English, this is simply the reason why a customer should pick you over anyone else. It's your unique selling point, it's your secret sauce, and answers that one crucial question: why you?
Here's a fantastic example. This company isn't just selling food, are they? No, they're selling time. They're selling convenience. They're selling a solution to a very real problem that their customers, busy professionals, face every single day. Now that is a value proposition that is really hard to ignore. Okay, team, you've got your foundation. You've got your blueprint. Now comes the really fun part, building your action playbook. This is where we roll up our sleeves and figure out the exact how of bringing your vision to life.
You know, there are a ton of ways to grow a business, but most of them fall into just a few main categories. You can try to sell more of what you already have to your current market, or you could develop new products for the customers you've already got, or maybe you find brand new markets for the stuff you already sell. The right strategy is going to depend on your unique situation, but the important thing is to actually choose one and make a plan.
You've probably heard the saying, a goal without a plan is just a wish, and it is so true. This is where you take those big, exciting goals and you chop them down into small, manageable, bite-sized steps. Every single time you check an item off your list, you're going to feel that little jolt of momentum, and before you know it, you'll be well on your way.
Think about it. You would never play a sport without a scoreboard, right? So you shouldn't run a business without one either. In this final section, we're going to talk about how to keep score, track your progress, and just as importantly, adapt your game plan when you need to.
This is where the rubber really meets the road. A business plan that doesn't have a budget is, well, it's just a dream. You have to know, down to the dollar, how much money you have, how much you're spending, and how much you expect to make. If you don't have a handle on this, you're basically flying blind. Now, KPIs might sound like some complicated business jargon, but they're not. They're really just a way of saying the numbers that actually matter. Think of them as the vital signs of your business, the key metrics that tell you if you're on the right track or maybe heading for a ditch. See, your business plan should never be something you write once and then shove in a drawer. It's not a static document, it's a living, breathing tool. It's like a GPS for your business, helping you navigate all the twists and turns. And your KPIs? They're the real-time data that lets you make course corrections and stay on the road to success. So, what's the real takeaway here? A business plan isn't about paperwork. It's not a chore. It's actually a gift you give yourself. It's the gift of clarity so you know where you're going. It's the gift of confidence so you believe you can get there. And it's the gift of control over your own future.
Look, you've got the great idea. You've got the passion. The only thing missing now